What's up, people? It's your boy Level here, back with another video. I want to get y'all thoughts on something. With the release of the SNES Mini and last year's release of the NES Mini and rumors of a possible Game Boy resurrection, like nostalgia piece, I don't know what you would call it, and hints of possibly a N64 Mini next year with how things are trending. My question is, are we as fans being hustled for our nostalgia? Is our nostalgia being hustled? And the reason I ask that is, we're sitting here with a portable device called the Switch, a hybrid home console, handheld, if you need it to be, device, on-the-go gaming, right? And we have all these great indie games that prove that the type of games that the NES and Super NES were known for and basically pioneered and was the originator of those type of 2D games that we're seeing now with the Shovel Knights and the plethora of other games on that system, that many indie titles and Metroid Mania titles and all that type of stuff happen. The question is, why don't we have any signs of a virtual console for the Switch? And why are they releasing nostalgia-driven devices that could be answered by simply putting those titles on the Switch in a virtual console on the Switch? And you can buy those games there. I wonder if our nostalgia is being hustled. I was going to buy the NES Mini until I saw how hard it was to get one, because I wanted my daughter and my son, mostly my daughter, to have something in her room and, to kind of let them see what Pops was, or Dad, or whatever they want to call me, Daddy, was gaming on when he was their age. When I was my daughter's age, that's what I was gaming on, was a NES. So the NES Mini was kind of alluring to me. But then when I saw that they was coming out with a Super NES, I remember that on the podcast, the fellas, we talked about it, and I was like, no, I'm not going to get one. They missed me with when I didn't get the NES. The whole effect of it, the whole appeal of it wore off. The NES was something that really, the NES Mini caught my attention, because I thought it was just a one-stop drop and that's it. It wasn't going to be any more of this. But I'm seeing that they're finding so much success with it, they're going to continue to do it. And I have no problem with those who are collectors and those who have, ran out and bought either the NES or the SNES Minis. And I would have no problem with anyone who wants, if they do the Game Boy and they do the N64, more power to you. That's how you want to spend your money. But I feel like this stuff could be on the Switch. I really do. I feel like this could drive sales of the Switch. This can drive more people to picking up that platform and make that platform even more appealing, even more of a selling device. And they can use it as a sales pitch, for, marketing that device. And I'm also like scratching my head. I still got to scratch my head on the whole Metro Prime. What was that one? I can't think of Return. I think that's what it is. On the 3DS. Why that wasn't on the Switch. That's just me, but I want to know how you guys feel. Like, is our nostalgia being hustled? That's how I feel like that's a legitimate question. Is our nostalgia being hustled? I'm not saying that these are not good devices. I'm not saying that these games are not good games. That's not my question. My question is in the format that it's in, and the fact that you have a new device in the Switch that could have a virtual console on it that these games can find at home, that we can buy those games there, and the ones we want. All those games can be in a virtual console on the Switch, and you can buy those games there rather than having to go buy a whole device, separate device, now a second device device that you got to get in the Super NES, the NES, to get these games, when you could put all these games on a virtual console and let these folks buy them at they, own leisure when they want whatever game they want. And it makes the Switch more appealing to, hardcore gamers, core Nintendo fans, those who've been rocking with Nintendo since their childhood, could relive that experience, that nostalgia-driven experience right there on the Switch, rather than having to go stand in long lines hoping that you get this mini NES or mini Super NES or whatever else they're going to come out with in the future. Are we being hustled for our nostalgia ways? Is Nintendo hustling us with nostalgia? I mean, I think it's a legitimate question. This ain't no knockout. Nintendo is my company. That's who I rock with. But I think the question must be asked, and I would love to hear some of y'all thoughts. I saw so many people run out and get this device. Like I said, maybe I don't get it. I don't understand it. Some of them games I would love to play, but I'm just going to be honest with you. This will be real honest. I'm not going to hook it up, and I thought about it. I'm kind of glad I didn't get the NES Mini, because it would have ended up collecting dust after the appeal or the newness wore off. I wouldn't have went back. My daughter wouldn't have stuck with it. She would have want to go back to what I'm playing in the front room, which would be the Switch, or, the Wii U downstairs, something that's more modern. She wouldn't have stuck with those games. I just know that. So I would have spent that $60 or $70, whatever it costs. And maybe for that holiday season, it would have been a cool device to laugh at and reminisce on, and tell my kids, I remember me and my brother playing this, or remember me and my friends playing that, or my cousins and us playing this. Yeah, but the appeal of it would have wore off, and it would have started collecting dust. So I'm kind of glad I didn't waste that $60 to $70 on a nostalgia-driven device. Now, if you're a collector, again, I understand you, because you're doing it for collecting purposes. But for the rest of us who don't consider themselves collectors, beyond the initial purchase and the hype around that first few weeks, maybe months, what real play is the device going to get in your house? Honestly, when you got to hook up cords and I'm just being real. So it's got to be it's definitely a play on our nostalgia. And it's like, why not just put that energy towards a virtual console that exists in your eShop or somewhere on your Switch, and you can get all those games there? Because some of you guys, if you think about it, you would pay for these games. Every device that Nintendo has made, you would pay for probably one or two of these games 3 or 4 times already. How many times have we probably paid for the original Mario, or Super Mario 3, or Super Mario World? Or how many times have we paid for these games, or Super Metroid Prime, and all the games that was there? How many times have we paid for those games on other platforms that Nintendo has brought out that allowed us, I would say since the Wii, allowed us to buy and purchase some of these older games? We've been doing that for a long time. So why not just put energy into, and I'm finna end this, a virtual console, and let our nostalgia go wild there, rather than making these devices that, a small Super NES, a small NES, a small Game Boy, whatever we could play. I feel like they hustling our nostalgia. That's my thoughts. I want to get your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section. Are or is our nostalgia being hustled by Nintendo when it comes to their older titles from our childhood? This is your boy Levelhead signing out. Till next time, deuces.